Good morning, everyone. We're getting ready for day 4 here on our bike week loop, and today we're going to the Daytona International Speedway for the vendors, and then we're going to try to take a ride down the Daytona Beach and then back up A1A back up to our hotel. Hope you enjoy this video. We made it to the Speedway here. I don't know if anybody out there, if you've been to Daytona International Speedway, it's a pretty cool speedway. This year at Bike Week, it's extremely cold compared to what it usually is. It's only about 60 degrees out with the wind blowing like crazy. The 2021 Bike Week this year in Daytona was really a scaled back version of what I've seen it before in the past. There weren't nearly as many vendors, though most of the manufacturers were there with models that they had for display, but even those were cut back except for basically Harley. This guy's been a few places. I've been extremely interested in these trike conversions for the Gold Wings. I have a 2001 Gold Wing, and I assume that at some point I will probably change that to a trike so that I can extend the number of years that I can ride a motorcycle. Here was a whole row of those large wheeled front tire bikes. This one really stuck out because it just had a beautiful paint job on it and it was lowered right to the ground. I've got to give Kawasaki credit. They brought most of the models of their bikes that they have. Here's a beautiful street bike. It's not really my style, but gorgeous and fast. The Kawasaki that I was really interested in was kind of their dual sport that they're advertising now. It's the new 300. Here it is in this clip right here. This is one with camouflage, but I was really looking at the statistics on that, and it looks really interesting. Harley-Davidson by far had the best display for their motorcycles, and the Pan America here is the one that I was most interested in. Harley-Davidson is clearly playing catch up to the adventure bike market with the Pan America here. I looked it over really carefully. I looked at the specifications, and unfortunately, compared to other adventure bikes on the market like BMW's GS, the Triumph Tigers, KTM Adventure Series, this bike just really falls short as far as adventure riding. I'm sure it'll appeal to the Harley-Davidson crowd, but if you're looking for just sheer performance, this one is going to fall short of the other manufacturers out there who are making some really excellent adventure style bikes. The ground clearance and the suspension is just slightly better than a regular street Harley. But other than that, it's just a basic Harley dressed up to look like a venture style bike. This Harley-Davidson Ford truck, though, and trailer really caught my eye. That was pretty impressive. This custom-made trike, it's an actual company, was kind of an interesting concept. They're narrower than a slingshot and I think faster because they're a little bit lighter in weight. They don't quite have the roominess as the slingshot, but it was a pretty interesting little trike. This Tenere, like our KTMs, were a little out of place here at Bike Week, which is dominated by Harleys. If you're looking for a retro street bike, it's hard to beat these Indians. I just find them really beautiful bikes. Like I said in the last episode, these slingshots are very popular here in Florida, and we see them all over the place. I'm even starting to see them at car shows where they've hot rodded them. The BMW booth was a little disappointing. The only bike that they brought was this new 1800. They had several models of it on display, but they didn't bring any other range of their bikes, and so that was a little disappointing. Well, that was fun. Now we're off to the beach. It's really easy to get to Daytona Beach. You just get on the Speedway Drive there and follow that east, and it takes you right to the entrance of Daytona Beach. To get onto Daytona Beach, all you have to do is buy a $20 a day pass, and that gets you onto the beach. It might seem a little expensive, but when you think about all the staffing that has to be made for all the exits and entrances to the beach and beach maintenance, it's really not all that unreasonable. Beside this group of Harley riders who were taking pictures with their bikes on the beach, we were the only other motorcycles for the whole length that we drove. The sand in most places was pretty compact and wet and didn't give us any problem. There were a few loose sand areas, but we did maintain a speed of about 16 to 18 miles an hour. The 10 mile an hour speed would have made it difficult. So we went a little bit faster, but not too terribly fast. This group of young people by the trucks here were the only ones out there in swimsuits that we saw. It was just really chilly and windy that day, so they were pretty brave. My friend Gord likes to joke that means they're probably Canadian. Our entire beach ride was about 5.5 to 6 miles long, and I've shortened it up into shorter clips here so you can get a view of what it's like. Here I rode through the water as it rushed up and made the lanes a little bit short. We could have rode further down the beach than what we rode. But we exited here, and we waited on these kids here to get their little scooters up the hill there. It looks like they were electric battery powered scooters that they had on the beach and that they were able to ride around on. Kind of a nifty little item there as he heads up the hill. As we turn and head north on South Atlantic Avenue becomes A1A, and we end up right downtown Daytona Beach. As we were stopped at the light here on Main Street, we contemplated driving down Main Street along with the rest of the bikers. It looked like a lot of fun, but we decided just to head up A1A along the beaches instead. It's safe to say that for a radius of about 40 to 50 miles from Daytona, all the businesses and restaurants have thrown out their welcome mat for the bikers. Everyone, we had a great day today. Our drive on the beach was pretty awesome. I would have really liked to go on a little bit faster, but there's a 10-mile-an-hour speed limit. We went over that just a little bit, but not too much. And then our drive up A1A was really nice. So you got a good view of the ocean. And because the wind was so high, the waves were just crashing in. So this is just a beautiful afternoon to take a ride. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it the big thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Take care.